Welcome back to another video, Rams Nation. As you can tell, it's a little darker than usual. Oh well, it's never too late to create a preview. But this time I'm bringing to you a Rams versus Jaguars Week 6 preview. Here we go. As you know, the Rams are 3-2 and they are coming off of a 16-10 loss to the Seattle Seahawks. The Jaguars are also 3-2 and they are coming off of a 30-9 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, before I dive into anything like the usual, I'm going to dive into the team stats. First, I'm going to talk about points per game. And the Rams have 30.4, which is second in the NFL, and the Jaguars have 27.8. And points allowed, the Rams allow 24.2 points per game, and the Jaguars allow 16.6 per game. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL. And pass yards per game, the Rams have 271.2. I believe that's fifth in the NFL. The Jaguars have 159.6 pass yards per game, and I think that is 30th in the NFL. It's not good at all. And then you got rush yards, and the Rams have 110.8 behind Todd Gurley, one of the best running backs in the NFL. And the Jaguars lead the league in rushing, 165.2. Not only do they have Leonard Fournette, the 4th overall pick in this draft, but they have Chris Ivory as well, and he's pretty decent as well. So, with that being said, I'm going to get into the injury report next. Alright, let's get into this. Like usual, the Rams are pretty healthy. Connor Barwin, Andrew Whitworth, and John Sullivan, they're all on the injury report, but they're resting as usual. You have Mark Barron with a knee injury. He's missed some practice this week. He is questionable. And LaMarcus Joyner, who has missed some games recently with a hamstring injury, he is also questionable. And cornerback Troy Hill is doubtful with a shoulder injury. Now for the Jaguars, Ben Aurelius is questionable, as well as Almame Patrick. He's also questionable. And Brandon Linder is going to be out with an illness. And they also got like Blake Bortles, Leonard Fournette, Malik Jackson, Jalen Ramsey, Marquise Lee, some key names. They're all in the injury report without a status, so they'll play. Now something new I'm going to add to previews is the keys to win for the Rams. And I touched upon this in one previous video, but I haven't really touched upon it in depth. And I'm going to bring it to you in depth this time and in depth in future videos. So let's go into this. So let's look at some team stats. Let's compare them a little bit. I know we already did before, but we didn't compare some defensive stats. But the Jaguars have the 31st run defense and the 30th pass offense. Now we have to take advantage of those. They have one of the worst pass offenses, so what that means is we're going to have to stop the run early, which they're really strong at. That's what they're good at. We're going to have to make them pass the ball, something that they are not comfortable doing. And they have the 31st run defense, so that means we have to get Todd Gurley running early, have success on the ground. Also, the Jaguars have super aggressive linebackers, so what we're going to have to do, we're going to have 2 tight end sets. We're going to have to run some play action and have some tight ends. We're going to have to throw it to the tight ends over the middle of the field. Tyler Higbee and Gerald Everett, they should have big days. Cooper Kupp in the slot should also have a big day. Also, throw the ball to Gurley a lot. He should be open from the backfield. And those are the keys for the Rams to win the game. If they follow those, they should win this game. Another thing that I have to add is that the Rams cannot fall behind early, because if they fall behind early, they're going to try to pass their way back into the game. And the Jaguars have one of the best pass defenses in the NFL. Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Bouye, they're the best cornerback duo in the NFL as of right now. So the Rams cannot fall behind early and try to pass to get back into the game. Now, who are the Jaguars? Well, I'm going to cover a few of them. This is something new I'm going to also add. But like I mentioned, Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Bouye, they are the best cornerback duo in the NFL. They're both pretty young. Jalen Ramsey is probably the best football player coming out of college that I have ever scouted in recent years. I don't want to compare him to Deion Sanders, but man, I really want to. He's just that good. I think he's going to be really good. To be this good at this young of an age, he's amazing. Also, linebacker Telvin Smith, he's an up-and-coming linebacker. He's pretty fast too. He's good in coverage. And this is a defense that they had 5 interceptions versus the Steelers off of Ben Roethlisberger, so they're very opportunistic. The Rams cannot be reckless with this ball because the Jaguars will take advantage. They did have 2 pick sixes last week, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Also, Blake Bortles is still mediocre, and running backs Leonard Fournette and Chris Ivory are still pretty good. And Leonard Fournette is starting to come on. He started off kind of slow, averaging like 3.5 yards per carry, which is below average. But last week he did have a 90-yard run to bump those stats up a little bit, but that doesn't matter. A 90-yard run still impressive nonetheless, so we're going to have to respect him, but we're going to have to go after that run game and make them pass, like I said before. Now, I do have a few predictions. Like I said, the Rams are going to have to use the tight ends to have success against this team. So I do think Gerald Everett and Tyler Higbee will lead this team with receiving yards, and I think the defense will be much improved. I think they'll rally behind Alec Ogletree and his new contract. Also, they held the Seahawks to 16 points last week. That's one of their best defensive performances of the year. I think they're going to build on that, but also it was a loss, so they're going to try to bounce back. They're going to have more confidence. They're going to have more heart in this one, I think. And I think our opportunistic defense will have 3 picks. I think Blake Bortles, he's known for throwing interceptions. Like, come on, we're going to have to force a few. Now, the Jaguars, they might also force a bunch themselves because, like I said, that secondary is crazy. And my bold prediction for this game is that Gerald Everett and Tyler Higbee will combine for 150 yards. You don't think that's bold enough? Put 2 touchdowns combined with those 2 as well. Now to my prediction of this game. I wouldn't call it a must-win because it's kind of early and it's interconference, but it's pretty close to being a must-win for both teams. They're both 3-2. The winner goes to 4-2. The loser goes to 3-3. It's a big difference, but I think the Rams are going to squeak out a very close game. It's going to be low scoring at 20-16. It's going to be very close. It could go either way. I don't see either team winning by more than a touchdown. It's just these teams compare to each other very well. The Jaguars have been inconsistent. The Rams have been pretty consistent besides last week, but you never know. And after this game, the Rams head off to London to play against the Arizona Cardinals, that's a home game technically, which sucks. It takes away a home game, and it really sucks because it's a divisional game. Like, why are we playing a divisional opponent in London? Yeah, I don't get it. But see, I have the Rams winning this one anyway. 20-16. They haven't lost back-to-back games yet this year, so I see them coming back from a loss last week and winning this week. With that being said, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching Rams Nation. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. 250 subscriber giveaway, so make sure you subscribe. Thank you, and go Rams.